Good morning, guys. How you doing today? Oscar here for Papidaddy.com, and I'm very excited to give you a new review. This is going to be for couplesmassageorangecounty.com. So first, let's just take a quick look at the homepage and see what I can tell you about that. couplesmassageorangecounty.com. It's a nicely designed page. It's clean, but there's a few things that are probably driving traffic away from the website. Let's go here. For example, there's some information about the website, and that's great. It says welcome and then some information. Then we go into some social media information. At that point, I had already dismissed all this other stuff underneath. I thought this was related to the social media, things like come and follow me on this and that and follow this. So this does not belong there, definitely, or this doesn't belong next to it. One of the two need to go away. In fact, I would remove the social media, turn them into a branding match design, so that it matches your brand. For example, like this, and put them down here at the very bottom. Hide them away on the homepage. You don't want to put them there, and we can talk about that at another time. But basically, if you put them here, you're sending people away to the most attractive websites in the planet. If you send somebody to Facebook, chances are you're not going to get them back. So don't send them to Facebook. Take this off. Put it somewhere else. Use it as social proof, but do not put it in the middle of your page where people are going to click away from your home page. Okay, the next thing is, if we go look at this over here, I understand that this is your book because you are using the images from Amazon that said click to look inside. But if we go click and look inside, let's see what happens. We actually don't go to click and look inside. We go to Amazon, and not even the book that I was told is a search. So that is, it could be effective, but I would change the way that you do that. I would go here and I would change these two images into just one that either invites people to look at your book collection or your book, all the books that you've written, or invite them to one book at a time. And you can actually do split testing on this with a lot of different tools. You can use Opt-in Monster, you could use Lead Pages, you could use Link Tracker to help you figure out what's the best thing to put here. This all goes to the call to action and what you want people to do when they come into your home page. For example, now that we took care of this side, this shouldn't be here at all. Let's go over here. Now we have two calls to action here. You're inviting me to look at your book, but you're also inviting me to sign up to your newsletter. You have to decide which one's more important and then integrate it into the top part, like you have this one here, but make the other one very, very much a secondary one. Right now, these three things are fighting for my attention, which is good. I mean, something has my attention, but I'm not quite sure where to look at next. And another thing I wanted to mention, this is in general for all websites. Design is important, but the content is a lot more important to your readers and to the search engines. Here's a perfect example of this. I came here and I actually read this paragraph. It says, there are hundreds of massage and healing modalities in the world. Bliss Squared Massage specializes in couples massage class, liposage, and quality massage to help you rejuvenate your body and mind, as well as the relationship with your partner through caring touch. First, that's a mouthful of lingo that I understand, but I have to think about it. It's very difficult to understand what just happened there. Furthermore, we're missing a lot of opportunities here for deep links into your website. For example, what is liposage or liposage? I have no clue. Now, a lot of the people that can visit your website will know what that is because they're looking for your type of services. But if you only focus on those people, you're excluding 80 or 90% of the other visitors that are going to come to your website because of the words massage or couples massage or things like that. This is a great way for you to leverage this, and one simple way would be to either link it to a description of what that means or explain more, or simply put it right here at the bottom. Keep them on your homepage for a little bit longer and answer a couple questions, like what is lipomassage, what is couple massage class, and in 3 sentences answer each one, and then you can say click more to click here to learn more, where you send them to a page with more in detail information. So that's just something about the content. We talked about this. This is good that you have this. As you know, I love Aweber. Very, very good system. But don't use the default things that Aweber gives you. In cases like this, especially for a business website, I still recommend that you use a form manager that allows you to connect to Aweber, because you will be able to use one Aweber list with multiple forms throughout your website and customize those forms for every single page and have it contextually more relevant. So I think that's a lot of mumbo jumbo again. Basically, you want to put the right form on the right page. If you're inviting people to download your book, then the form should say download my book. If you're on a place where you want people to get an appointment, you can put that as part of the appointment invitation, but you still collect their name and email into your email list. This, although Aweber allows you to do that, you could create a form for each page. The process of creating a form with, let's say, Gravity Forms or Opt-in Monster is infinitely more simple, easier to manage than creating one form for each page for Aweber, using the Aweber form creator. Okay, let's go through the rest of the page. So we go to couples massage class. Oh, something else I noticed. Whatever you're hosting your website right now, you should move it. It's super slow, and this is one of the biggest factors that Google looks at when it compares websites. So if you have all things equal, the same quality of content between 2 websites and everything else is perfectly the same, one will beat the other one always if it's faster. Google wants to serve the best and fastest results to their customers, so they will prefer a fast website. So there's there will be a couple of links about that in the blog post as well. So we go to couples massage class. Great page as far as content goes, but it's also very bland and, again, very confusing. When we're talking about a blog can have a lot of stuff to do, because you expect people to browse around and mosey on from one page to another and hopefully stick around to read all that stuff. And you want that for your business page as well. But you need to focus a lot more on where you want people to go and not give them so many options and choices. For example, once I click on couples massage class, we either focus on developing the information or you try to sell me on the books about it. One way or the other, it's fine. But right here, I'm again getting a little confused about, should I be reading this or should I just go buy the book? And let the consumer decide that. In this case, I would put, for example, the books right on top here. Couples massage classes, and then say books, my books, or buy the book. The very top menu, I would put something to buy the book, because once I click on here, I want to read about this. I'm not necessarily going to buy the book here. I may or may not, but it's distracting from this. And it allows, if you remove this and put buy the book up here, then you have a little bit more room to develop better content. I believe that there is no blog here. Oh, there is a blog here. Let's take a look. And we'll come back to this page real quick. Okay. Roleo massage device for hands, wrists, and forearms. Great. Okay, so this is a review about a product that helps you do massage stuff. And we go into your video. Okay, great. Okay, this is good. I would remove the price, because if Amazon drops the price to $30, for example, and for the holidays, and somebody comes to read this and they say, oh, somebody else has it for $35, so I'm not even going to bother with Amazon, but you still had the lowest price, you want to say, I found the lowest price here, and send them to the link. And then you can also say you can find more from Amazon here, or you can put even a carousel from Amazon with Rolio products if this brand happens to have other ones. Then you can put it here, and that's very attractive and a way to monetize the rest of your site. Let's go back over here really quick, and this is where we can get really into your question. For those of you watching, Yasko asked about using OIO Publisher as a way to manage her ads and see if that would help her bring more revenue. And I would say it definitely could. Here's how I would use OIO Publisher, especially on this on this page, couples massage class. If you want people to learn how to do the massage class, then you obviously want them to buy the book or a course about that. So this is good that you have this. Where I would use OIO Publisher is I would create a section to advertise right here, where I have advertisements directly related to this section on a rotating basis. And instead of having a very long page here, I would break down each one of these. I would keep it on the same page the way it is right now, but I would also break down each one of these into a separate blog post and talk about each one of those things in detail. Each one of those things I would put pictures and video, so that in this case you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have about 7 blog post series here. Not just 7 blog posts, but an entire series of each one. Maybe between 3 and 6 blog posts per title, per topic. That would make this page so strong. And the reason I talk about that is that if you write a blog post every other day related to the topics on this page, and you put it on your blog, and you distribute that in social media and get some links back to each one of those blog posts, or as many as you can, this page will be one of the top results on search engines. Highly recommend you work on that. Then put the advertisements for any tools that are related to this, whether it is calling you to schedule an appointment, calling you to teach them, selling your books, or selling any of the products you reviewed in the past related to this. OIO Publisher allows you to target per category, or you can create a specific section of advertisement that only shows on a specific page, so that you can select, okay, for this one we're going to show the products that help you with your shoulders, and everything is going to be about shoulders. And this other one is going to be about couples touch, and how, like, you have this quote, touch can communicate more love in 5 seconds than words can in 5 minutes. Focus on this as an entire 6 blog post series that you can do, talking about how touching can improve the couple's relationship. By the way, in that quote, something I would change is I would either give credit to whoever wrote it if it's somebody famous, but I doubt it because the quote is not that strong. And here's how I would make it strong, because it sounds great, but it says touch can communicate more love in 5 seconds than word can in 5 minutes. Make it a little more related to you. I would change this to touch can communicate more love in 5 minutes than words can in 5 years. That's a lot more dramatic, has a lot more impact, and you're not going to be teaching them to do 5-second massage anyway, but 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a dedicated amount of time. That's a lot more meaningful. So just like I mentioned on the homepage about the word, what was that, liposage or something, develop the content that is very, very deeply intertwined with what you're doing. And that's very important, more so than getting more people in. Once you get people in, then give them really, really good content, and you'll be able to develop a good rapport with them, and then your traffic will grow. As far as these pictures go, I say that get rid of them right away. You have a lot of clients, you have a lot of experience. You need to get some real pictures in here. These are great to start. When you have a brand new website and you are just starting out, stock photography is the way to go. It's fast, it's done, it's cheap. But once you want to establish a brand and you expect people to come to your website and also give you their money without a whole lot of interaction with you, which is what we want in a .com lifestyle, we want them to go to the website, be convinced that this is what they need, and buy it. You're not going to get a lot of that with stock photography. I almost guarantee that in a few minutes I can find the same picture in 100 different websites. Same for this one. You know what? Let's try it. Foot massage couples DS. I bet you I found it just by that. Foot massage couples DS. Let's take a look at images on Google. Well, what do you know? Here's one, here's two. They are your website, but let's look around a little bit more. So that's good, you're there, even though people wouldn't look for that. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what, let's look for for man massaging woman's foot. Okay, here we go. Here he is. I see something. So what do you know? This guy here is the same guy over here. Let's take a look. This couple looks familiar, doesn't it? Anyway, the point is, use real photos as much as you can. I use stock photography all the time. It has its place. It serves a purpose. But if you're trying to convince people about the personal aspect of massage and how this should be part of their lives and things like that, I would recommend that you change this to real photos. Furthermore, you have a lot of opportunity to capture people's attention for 5 to 10 minutes at a time on your website, which will increase traffic, because it tells Google people are spending a lot of time on this website for a reason. So I'm going to send them back to it, and of course the content will help with that. But you need to put video in here. You need to ask your top clients, maybe even give them a little bit of incentive or something if you want, but say, hey, you know what, we would love to take a couple of professionally done, of course, promo photos and videos, and you can show them a demo, you can do whatever, and create some original content on this that would give a really good understanding of what goes on. For example, on a couples massage, you have this small disclaimer here, which is great, but a video tells you exactly what happens, how it goes, what are the benefits and things like that. So you have some schedule appointment things here, and I already clicked through that. I didn't want to do that in video because most of the time when people click on that stuff, it's slow, it doesn't really work well. But yours was really great and it worked great. I am going to go into it really quick and tell you a couple of things I noticed. And this applies to the whole page and almost everybody's website when you're using WordPress. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about here. If we click on schedule an appointment, this is great. We get taken. Oh, this is not what I saw earlier. Let's go back. There was something where I saw something on the side here and it did not take me away. Oh, online booking. Let's go to online booking. And that's a problem. So you have online booking over there and schedule appointment over here. When I click on this, it takes me to a different page than when I click over here. And that's not that good. So this is perfect. This is how you should do it. You take the system from, what is it, Full Slate, I believe, and you embed it onto your website. That's great. I would remove the other way that you have it under couples massage class and replace it with this, or send them to this page. Okay? Either way, you want to have the experience be the same when they go to book. No matter where they find it on your website, when they go to click on and book a website, you want it to be the same. So you either change this to look like the other or the other to look like this. But what I was going to tell you about this, I would remove this sidebar on this page so that the calendar grows to fill the screen and is more visually appealing, easier to use. Right now, again, it's distracting me. This information distracts me away from booking an appointment, and you do not want that. It's an achievement to get people to click on an online booking page. That means they're interested in booking with you. Don't send them to buy your book. Send them and convince them to book right now. Forget about email, forget about the book at this point. Let them finish their online booking and be done. So remove all this, remove all that stuff. The contact form is great to have, and you can actually put it somewhere else on top. Say, use the calendar below to schedule your appointment, or if you have any problems, contact us. That's of course a business decision you have to make, but I would recommend it. If you have the ability to answer calls and deal with some people that don't want to do online booking and they just want to call you, then put it right there. And some people want to do online, but they just have problems with it. It's really good to have the contact page like you do here. So let's take another look. I did not see what time we started doing the review, but we're going to wrap it up very soon. Let me tell you one thing I noticed here. On your contact form, I've said this a lot before. Take all those fields out. Well, not all of them, but you have too many fields. Take this off. How did you hear about this site? You don't want to do that at this point. They're just trying to contact you. I would take this off. I would also take the last name out and create just a name. So your name, email address, and the message. Take this out, remove one of the fields, and change submit to send, and you'll be good to go. Okay, let's take a look at another page. Gift certificates. That sounds attractive. Let's take a look. If we don't fall asleep before the website loads. Please contact us if you need physical gift certificates. Take that off. Remove that. You don't open a selling page with a negative point. As much as you think that you're offering more information, you're telling them that you don't offer this, and you just reminded them of the possibilities that are not going to be. Take that off. Say, and put a nice graphic for each one, or at least one of each, one of them that says, hey, this is a gift certificate. Let them discover that is virtual and that they could order a physical one if they want later, after they've committed to order one. Don't scare them away yet. It's great that you have the information, the pricing. So that is incredibly inexpensive if you ask me. So I hope that you know how you are pricing your stuff. But okay, so we have scheduling and a contact form. That's great. So let's see what happens when I click on that to buy a gift certificate. I want to buy one from, I guess I fill my name, my email. This will be a gift. Perfect. So Full Slate appears to provide this service. That's great. If it all works, I don't see any problems with this, other than I would try to put, oh, that is a problem. Did you see what just happened there? When I clicked on it, oh, see, I ended up somewhere else, and that's not good. This is a problem, and this is something you need to change. For example, when I went to gift certificate and I clicked on this, it expanded this. But now, where's the other stuff? What if I want to change? What if I change my mind and I want to do something else? I can't. So by nature, the next thing I would do is click back, but that actually took me to a different page because this wasn't a real page load. It was just an embed. And now I can go back to here. Oh, no, I cannot even use the breadcrumb, which I would activate. No, I cannot use this. Okay, so there's a tiny little link right here that says change. Well, that's not good enough as far as I'm concerned. I would make this go to either another page or just expand the order form right here on each one so that it's easily available. You could lose some sales due to this. If I click and I click back and it doesn't take me back, I do that once, I may not do it again. So just think about that as far as the user experience goes. You'll definitely make more money once you improve on that. Let's take a look at the blog and see how you're monetizing that and how you could improve some of that. I noticed that you are monetizing your YouTube videos as I suggested, and thanks for mentioning that on the question. I appreciate it. It appears that you're making a decent amount of money. Now you just need a little more promotion on those videos. There's no reason why each one of those shouldn't have 1,000 or more views. So let's jump that from 200 plus to 1,000 plus. Do some more promotion, social media, some automation. Look out for my IFTTT tutorials coming up in the next, hopefully, few weeks. And take advantage of that. Take advantage of IFTTT.com. We talk about it a lot at .com Lifestyle, .com Groups. And definitely you can improve a lot of views on there. So let's take a look at the blog. Recent posts, great. We're still selling this. We're still selling the same thing here, which is fine. Let's focus a little bit on improving the context of this. Now that we're on the blog, how do I stay subscribed to the blog? Put the RSS feeds right here. Put an email invitation that says, subscribe to the blog, get the latest blog posts on your inbox every day or whenever you publish. Tell me about the blog. Don't tell me about more books. We can get to that later or bump that to the bottom. Rolio massage device for hands, wrist form. Okay, so this is great. You're talking about a product, doing a review with video. Fantastic. The only problem right now I see, a quick glance, remove the no comments option if you can't. If you don't have comments, you don't want to advertise it yet. So let's go down a little bit more. I don't know what this is here. What is this? So we have the video. Does it play? It plays on the spot. That's great. We have some titles. We have the link to the Amazon. I think I talked about that a minute ago or a little bit ago. Did we already cover this? Okay, how to prevent neck pain. Man, if we click on blog on the actual title. Okay, this is cool. Oh, and here's a big problem. Big problem. You definitely need to remove this because you have here comments. You actually have comments from Facebook comments. But obviously your theme doesn't recognize those as comments. So therefore, even though it says no comments, you do have 2 comments. And so the reason I mention that is because when you have, one comment that's duplicated, make sure you remove one of those. When people see no comments, they may think, hey, this is not that interesting or nobody's saying anything about it. I'm going to leave. And when you have comments, people are more likely to click on it to see what people said about it. They don't necessarily want to say what you said about whatever you talked about. They want to hear what other people have to say, and then they might read your stuff. It's interesting how that works. So comments are very important. Don't advertise that you don't have any, especially when you have some. So on the homepage we have two blog posts on a blog page. Not so good. I would increase that to maybe 5. And yeah, you have quite a improvements to do here, which is fine. I'm glad that you're publishing on a regular basis. This is 7 days old, so that's fine. I'm assuming you're doing one a week. Cover 13. Okay. So even more so, you need to include a few more of these because you need to leverage the few blog posts that you're doing. So try to do maybe 5 blog posts. If you're doing 1 per week, try to do 5 blog posts on the homepage. And then the pagination is fine at the bottom as long as it works. So let's go to page 2. That seems to work. But wait a minute, wasn't that on page 1? Let's go back. Okay. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, okay. You just posted something right now. That's awesome. You just posted something right this second. Okay, cool. So let's we have 1, 2. So let's go to page 2. A little bit slow. Hey guys, speaking of, if you want to get a decent host, this is one of my hosts, InMotion Hosting. Go to, yeah, I can't tell you to go there. Wow, there's a coyote out there. Yeah, there's coyotes out there. Okay, anyway. How to prevent the neck pain. Or how to prevent neck pain. Great. Oh, quick tip on formatting on titles. I think you should capitalize the first letters of some of the main words. Like prevent neck pain should be capitalized. 2 should be okay. I don't quite understand what this thumbnail is down here. What is that? I don't understand it. I think you need to get rid of it. There's also these links that I see here. This bit.lys. First of all, they're not clickable. I don't quite understand what this is. It's either a mistake or something else. You should fix that, whatever that is. So notice how you capitalize this one. So try to be consistent, right? And so you have title, video, title. I'm not sure why. Check out the review I did for Connie and make sure that you're not duplicating titles. I'm not going to go into that because I've spent a lot of time on this already. But yeah, definitely, I don't like this. I'm not sure what you're doing. And you're missing quite a bit of opportunities. So this stuff here, that's when you can put down here. Say something like, hey, I'm Yasko. I do this and that and blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you're interested in my books, click here to check them out on Amazon. That would be a great thing to put at the bottom as a footer, as a closing thing instead of this. And it frees up this space. Plus, it puts it in front of every single blog post. Just don't display that part on the homepage, on the blog page like this. Only display when people click into the blog post. And to build on that, cut this into an excerpt. So don't show the entire blog post. Cut it about 200 words in and say continue reading. This will allow you to show all the blog posts in a little bit faster way. Give them enough information for them to know if they want to read it and then go into it. And it's just a general of a better practice for a website like yours. This needs to be fixed. You have gray stuff that's on green, hard to read. The stock little pencil thing needs to go, because who uses a pencil anymore, and it just looks boring. You should put your thumbnails here. So these thumbnails are ugly, cut. I mean, not ugly, but like they're cut in the wrong spot. And of course, because they're square and the image was not square. But WordPress allows you to fix all that very easily by using a custom thumbnail size. So you just basically change that. That would be very, very cool to show here instead of that. And the gray on green doesn't work. It's hard to read. Disclaimer. Okay, that's fine. See that how you have those here? That's great. Take them off the home page. Make this a little bigger and take them off the home page. RSS, does it work? Let's see. No. Maybe my internet's slow. I don't think so, but feed burner, great. So I am actually going to subscribe right now. Feedly. Let's make sure it works. Awesome. Be the first reader. Wow. You need to advertise your reader, your RSS a little more, or make sure that it's working. RSS is a great way to get traffic, so make sure you're using it. So we're going to add this to, we'll add it later. I'm not logging in. I'm not logging in right now. Okay, super slow. I'm not going to finish that up. So I hope that review was good. Definitely OIO Publisher would be a good thing to use throughout your website. You can use it to do that footer I was just mentioning. You can insert that as your signature. You can have it rotate. You could have 3 different signatures and have it rotate and see which one performs better. You could have the same for any other section on your site where you're trying to test to see if something is working. If you want to replace, for example, the homepage. On the homepage, this box here that I'm telling you about, the main box you have here, you could change that into an OIO Publisher object right here and have it rotate. Every time somebody comes into this page, have it show something different and see which one gets the most clicks. That's different than a slideshow. Do not put a slideshow. Okay? Slideshow only belong on the deeper pages where you're going to put maybe slideshows of a massage. Do not put a slideshow on the home page, but you could put an image that rotates every time somebody clicks on the home page. And this is different because then this will tell you, hey, I loaded the home page 100 times. This one image got 20 likes or 20 clicks. This other image got 50. So that will tell you which one's better, and then you go with that, or you compare that against another one. That's how you do A/B testing, and OIO Publisher lets you do that if you know how to use it. So if you guys have any other questions, Yasko, if you have any questions, put it on the comments below. If you want your website reviewed, please let me know. Go to the website papidaddy.com, look for the free review, and order it. I will dissect it just like I did for Yasko and tell you about some of the points I think should be fixed, and also suggest how to fix it. If you have any other questions, let me know. Hope to see you next time. Talk to you soon.